Hello everyone. This is pretty awkward and I'm in the middle of making another video, so this is going to be super rushed, but I just wanted to push this argument out. Unlike the last formal video, this piece is more argumentative, so it's less backed by facts, but I've seen people think the same way I have. First, let's talk about how twisted rarities are now selected for Dandy's World runs. Dandy's World chooses the rarity of twisteds with the simple weight system. I'm going to simplify this for the sake of time, so imagine a bag. It starts with 75 marbles labeled common, 25 marbles labeled uncommon, and 10 marbles labeled rare. When we take a marble out of the bag, we read what it says to choose which rarity of twisted to add to the floor, and we put it back in. Every twisted's rarity on every floor is generated this way. Now let's get to the main point. Rare twisteds are often the most difficult twisteds to deal with, and they spawn too much. This leads to combinations of twisteds that used to be considered anomalies of bad luck appearing every so often. I'm just going to make this clear before I continue. I think the increase in the rate of rare twisteds is not a terrible idea, but the developers overdid it. To show this, let's calculate the chance of rare and main twisteds as the floor count approaches infinity. This gives a fair estimate for how rare twisteds will be in the really long run, but please note that for relatively small floor counts, the chance for commons and uncommons is not negligible, so we can't ignore them. I won't go too deep into the math, but this is our expression for the chance of a rare twisted appearing on a given floor F, and this is our expression for the chance of a main twisted appearing on a given floor F. If you take the limit as big F approaches infinity, the chance of a rare twisted is 1/2 over 1/2 plus 4/5, or 38.46%, and the chance of a main twisted appearing is 4/5 over 1/2 plus 4/5, or 61.54%. The chance for rares to appear is monstrously large when floor count is considerably large. Runs that plan to make it to floor 50 have to deal with rare twisted chances up to 19.08% per twisted, meaning that you would expect to get 1 or 2 for every single floor. At that point, and especially asymptotically where you would expect to see 3 rare twisteds per floor, I wouldn't consider them rare at all. Before that alpha 0.16.13 update, many people have complained about how hard it is to find rare twisteds, whether it be during Christmas or when Squirm released. I'm not sure if the update was planned before either of these events, but it seems that it came as a result of the numerous complaints from users not being able to find rare twisteds. I've seen people, including some of my friends, grind for tens of hours in the span of a couple days to complete Twisted Squirm's research. In my opinion, the fact that Dandy's World progression is already traditionally slow makes it completely unnecessary and possibly unintended to rush research at all. Some say that those who are complaining are the ones who can't play as often, but those who aren't playing as often have less of a reason to complain about spawn chances, since it's very likely they're playing casually along with intending to encounter a specific twisted. The rush is understandable during events, like when people played for a long time to finish Cole's Golden Quest, so it makes sense to slightly increase rates for limited time events to accommodate for players who aren't able to play as often. However, Squirm and Twisted Squirm are here to stay, meaning that the time crunch is essentially non-existent and rare twisted rates have skyrocketed for no apparent purpose. How can we fix this? The solution is honestly pretty simple. If the development team wants to continue using a weight system where the rare and main chance both asymptotically approach something, having rare weights start at 8 and adding 1 weight every 5 floors makes it so that the rare and main rates approach 1/5 over 1/5 plus 4/5, or 20%, and 4/5 over 1/5 plus 4/5, or 80%. Of course, there are many potential compromises, but an approximately 20% rare chance asymptotically gives more time for the early game while giving enough of a chance for newer players to encounter rare twisteds. This would also encourage playing the game like the current system, instead of repeatedly doing short runs while not being too aggressive with the twisted spawns. I've also been suggested that rare rates should increase near the beginning of runs to accommodate for newer players, but that's also slightly harder to implement. Anyways, that's the gist of it since I wanted to keep this short, but in conclusion, rare twisted rates should be lowered since it makes floors often considered early into late game floors, and makes it so that the rare twisteds don't quite live up to their name. Let me know what you personally think in the comments.